One of the most challenging and ultimately rewarding things we can do to make our lives more fulfilling is to learn to master our own minds and thoughts. If you're here, you undoubtedly already know that you have the power to direct your own thoughts. I'm curious, though, how frequently you actually put this awesome power to use. The quality of our minds determines the quality of our lives. That's why it's crucial to establish in people a habit of self-monitoring thought so they can cultivate positive outcomes in their lives rather than poisonous ones. Welcome to Inner Warrior. Don't forget to hit that like button so that the YouTube algorithm will show this to more people. Having said that, here are 10 simple things you may do to advance along the thrilling path toward becoming the master of your own mind and becoming high-value man. 1. Learn to trust your internal emotional compass. When it comes to taking responsibility of your own thoughts, your emotional guidance system is your biggest supporter. When you're in alignment with what's best for you, your feelings will reflect that. When you've drifted too far, however, your feelings will warn you. The key is to constantly monitor your emotional state, rather than letting your mind wander to unproductive places. Feelings might extend from slight uneasiness or worry to explosive rage. For the reason, you should take a moment now to assess your thoughts before they spiral out of control. This will allow you to accept your emotions without feeding them with more negative thoughts like dread and worry. 2. Pay close attention to your physical self. Your body is a finely tuned instrument that can alert you to the fact that your thoughts are sending you on a joyride to a gloomy disposition. Your life will begin to mirror the thoughts you give the most attention to, therefore it's clear that you shouldn't allow that happen. To begin, examine your own body for warning signals such as tension in the stomach, heat on the forehead, a grimace, an aching head, hurting muscles, or the beginning of an illness. If you have been ignoring your emotions, your body will provide you with a second opportunity to modify your course. Simply pay attention to it, and it will reveal itself. 3. Put up your own stop sign. A stop sign in red with the word stop written on it is one option, but you could also simply utter the word aloud. Always have a stop sign handy to snap you out of daydreaming and back into reality. Mastering this takes time and effort, but once you do, you'll be able to use your emotions and body as a reliable stop sign whenever they signal that your ideas aren't beneficial. 4. Words are fuel. While it's true that what we put into our bodies matters, what we feed our thoughts matters just as much, if not more. Stop viewing shows that make you angry if you want to keep track of this. Erase all of the negative posts from your timeline on social media. You might want to reflect on the connections in your life that frequently leave you feeling down. Ingesting visuals, words, or deeds has the same effect on the brain as ingesting fluids. Remember that gossip is like drinking 3 bottles of wine the next time you feel the want to discuss something that could be harmful to others. It's impossible to avoid the hangover. 5. Think up your own good news. You can use affirmations to help keep in mind that you are the one who controls your thoughts. Post encouraging sayings, phrases, and goals all over your home or workplace to help you stay on track. There are times when a gentle poke is all that's needed to break free from a downward spiral of worthless ideas, before they bear fruit in the form of undesirable outcomes. 6. Remove the trash at the end of the day. By keeping a close eye on your thoughts and making frequent adjustments, you may avoid being surprised by the rubbish that hides there. The best part is that you can finally face your deeply held views and values and let them fade away, releasing your mind to generate brand new concepts. This doesn't mean dwelling on negative thoughts or rehashing old issues. Rather, it's about being more self-aware so you can replace them with more constructive ones. If you want to cleanse your mind, the best method to do it is to meditate every day. When you're through, you'll have a sense of elation and clarity, and a new kernel of joy will have found its way into your consciousness. 7. Read books written by masters if you aspire to be one. You can learn more about your thoughts and how to alter them from a wide variety of publications. Here are a pair of motivational sayings. Thinking is only one aspect of consciousness. Thought can't exist without consciousness, but consciousness doesn't need thought. The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle, is a guidebook for attaining personal awareness. Calm down, release your grip. Give yourself permission to acknowledge that some of your desires are based on idealizations of the world rather than the reality you currently experience. Master the art of observation, take a sober look at the facts, and pay close attention. Allow yourself some time to reflect on the unknowns and mysteries that surround us. 8. Take part in active thought. Mind only rests when we're asleep, otherwise, it's constantly searching for something to occupy its time. When you're not actively processing information, your brain will pick up on whatever signals it can, whether they're from your own internal programs or the environment. Without the ability to think clearly, one must examine how one became entangled in a situation without realizing it. And yet, how can one know what their subconscious mind is thinking? Stay put. You can test your mind's capacity for automatic thought and feeling by closing your eyes and observing the range of thoughts and emotions that arise. However, you won't be able to recognize when and how your mind exerts control unless you become self-aware of this phenomenon. Without your being aware of it. Every one of us is a student of the world around us. Learning requires human intelligence. In order to gain mental mastery, you must first provide your mind with engaging activities. Keep learning what matters to you when you have free time, but don't let your thoughts consume you. 9. Question your own reasoning. The formal operational level of cognitive development is rarely attained in the general population. At this age, children begin to develop an awareness of their own cognitive processes, a crucial step in understanding what makes each of us unique in terms of our innate intelligence. The things we do frequently provide the foundation for all of these abilities. It's impossible to excel at something if you never give it a go. Successful decision-making, problem-solving, and analytical abilities come easily and naturally to a fully developed mind. Deductive reasoning, hypothetical reasoning, and metacognition all require one thing: questions. In order to make the best possible decision, you should always consider the potential outcomes. For what reason must we pick between these two? How exactly will this selection be made? If I make this choice, what will happen? All of this is simply the result of regular self-questioning. 10. Form routines. In order to maintain their performance, high achievers routinely adopt new practices. When we routinely perform something, our brains do it without thinking. Saving both time and effort, automatically triggered events are a boon to productivity. When learning to type on a desktop keyboard, for instance, you can keep track of how long it takes you to type 100 words. But do you continue to devote the same time? I can't say for sure. If you want to learn to control your thoughts, you must train your mind to focus intently. Engage in self-reflection by posing questions and acting consciously. Likewise, it's important to develop habits and abilities that will serve you well. Our default mental settings are reflected in the habits we regularly employ. Lally and her colleagues found that, on average, it takes 66 days to form a habit in their study, which was published in the European Journal of Social Psychology. However, how much time is required might vary widely depending on factors such as a person's personality, their situation, and their way of thinking. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos like this, click subscribe and like button.